Hey everyone, Spider Slayer here. Welcome back to another comic book review and welcome back to Comic Book Corner. That's right guys, we are going to do a review of Venom issue number 16. Guys, let me just tell you how happy I am that Venom is back on track with a normal storyline, no satanic BS stuff, and the last two issues have been really good. Last issue I didn't do a review on, but this issue I did, just to get you guys back on board with Venom. It's awesome. I mean, the cover, very well done. We can see here that Venom is obviously on the cover with Hobgoblin and the Fly. Very well done. You know, Rick Remender does the script. Kev Walker's the artist. And the cover art was done by Michael Del Mundo. And again, excellent work. And the story in this book is just setting up for the next story arc. And I have a feeling that the next story arc is going to be a lot better than that satanic thing going on. But again, I wanted you to show you this cover in detail because to appreciate the artwork that goes on here. But basically in our last issue, you see Flash Thompson, he becomes an Avenger, or Venom, he becomes an Avenger, and Betty truly breaks up with Flash, and she's no longer in the picture. And he caught the Fly. So with that being said, we're going to move forward. Sorry about that, I had a mistake there, but what we're going to do is we're going to move forward, and what happens is that the Fly is held in custody, and we can see here that him and Venom are talking, and he's saying, I've eaten people, I've eaten girls, I've eaten my girlfriend, I've done this, I've done that, and you know, and what happens is he's like, I recently stole money from the Kingpin, and he's saying that I have a son, and I wanted to steal money from my son. I want him to have a future, and he's coming up with this whole story, and he goes, I may be a bad guy, but I love my boy. So he's trying to get the angle on Venom here to try to see what kind of soft side that he has. And basically what happens is he's like, you know, he's like, well, give me the information, I'll get you protected. And then the Fly's sitting there going, like, Kingpin, he knows everything. He's listening to everything. You know, he'll get me, he'll kill my son, and this and that. So what happens is that there was this setup here to kill the Fly. How, like, one of these guys here, these guards, there was a bounty for the Fly for him to get killed. And then what happens is then Venom goes in and he tries to stop everything that's happening. But really, did we know it wasn't one of those guys, it was the Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin comes in, and he's pretty badass in this comic here. So he comes in and he starts doing battle with Venom here, and they have this drawn out battle, and Hobgoblin actually suggests or has an offer for Venom, saying that the Kingpin will pay you $10 million to kill the Fly, to kill Crime Master and Jack-O-Lantern. And at first you think that Venom actually says yes, and he doesn't. I mean, he says yes, it's a deal, and then what happens is he gets the Fly to use his like spitting power to distract the Hobgoblin, and he spits him out, you know, and he kind of disgusting. And Hobgoblin's like, oh, that's not the only tricks up my sleeve, and you know, they blow up the train or whatever. Venom starts, you know, venting him out a little bit there, but he keeps in check, and they're doing this long drawn out battle here where he's doing this scream to get the symbiote off him, and the symbiote doesn't like the fire on top of it. So there's all kinds of stuff that's going on here. And they keep doing this battle, and then what happens is that Venom gets hurt. He's flying all the way down, falling down off this battle after, the Hobgoblin got to him. He's falling off the building, and he's okay. He saved himself. He gets shot or whatever. And the Hobgoblin, basically, he takes off here, and now he's out of sight. And what happens now is that the Fly sits here, and he goes, you can either stop me, or he goes, no, this is my mistake here. The Fly and the Hobgoblin actually have a battle with each other, and what happens is the Fly actually does a pretty good job here, which I didn't think he would handle his own against the Hobgoblin, but he spits on his arm, he bites on him, and he's kind of taking him out. And he goes, you listen to Kingpin. He goes, you listen, Kingpin. He goes, I'm eating your assassin. You hear me chewing? He goes, next I'm coming for you. So the Fly has it out for the Kingpin. So what happens now is that the guards are trying to stop the Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin's just laughing. He throws the bombs at him. The people just blow up there, which is pretty hysterical. And then all of a sudden Venom comes out on his motorcycle and trying to stop him. And he hits the Hobgoblin off. So the Hobgoblin goes bye-bye. And Venom has the gun at the Fly. And he goes, you'll have to kill me to stop me. I'll die before I see that pig hurt my boy. And then the guard is sitting there hanging off a train, and he's saying, help me, please, help me, help me. And then what happens is the Fly sitting there going, you know what? He's like, you can either save me, he's like, you can save the guard, and just let me go. Just let me rescue my boy. Just help me, please. He goes, let me save my boy. I'll turn myself in once I do. I will. And he's deciding. He's sitting there, and this is great artwork here. I love the inside of this artwork. And he's pointing the gun, and then what happens is he helps the guard, and you can see now that the Fly, he's flying away. And Venom goes back into the train, and he sees a letter, and it's pretty fun because he goes, please deliver the letter to my son in case I don't make it. Trust me. So he finds the letter, and you see Flash, going to read this letter, and the next thing he says is he looks at it, and the shock on his eyes, you can see it right there, which is very awesome. And it says here at the end, he goes, I don't have a son. And what happens is he crumbles it up and he's looking out the train, and that's it. And then the next story arc is the next is the Savage Six. So it's kind of like the Sinister Six, and now it's the Savage Six in the Venom book. So we'll see who the Savage Six is. And it's cool because it shows you the cover for the next issue, and it has all these characters on it, and they kind of look like symbiotes, I think. Like, especially, there's the one over here. That looks like a symbiote. So I don't know who the Savage Six is, but I think it's going to be pretty badass. This was a cool issue. I mean, it's like a one-story issue type of deal, but it was a good story, and the Fly's just like a pain in the ass for Venom. He's like that thorn in his side. He can't get rid of him, because he was in the earlier issues as well, too. So, good story, nice read, great artwork. I think the crew is doing an excellent job on this book. I just wish they never did that satanic storyline. I kind of just killed it for a little bit, but I'm glad it's back on track, and it's going in that right direction, and we'll see where this next story arc takes us to. So you guys, you tell me what you think of Venom. Do you guys read it? If not, I think you should. This is something I definitely recommend for you all. Venom is a great series to read. All right. So with that being said, this is Spider Slayer signing off. Until the next comic book review. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.